Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Oh man, I feel like I ain't seen y'all in a minute. But while I'm here, I want to remind y'all that struggling is not failure. Just because you're having a little bit of struggling, you're having a struggle moment, whatever the case may be, it does not mean that you are failing. Some people forget that. Hell, I'm one of them sometimes, you know. Just because you're not where you want to be or you're not where you used to be, doesn't mean you're failing. Remember that. Very important to remember. Because when you forget that, once you forget that, your mental health starts to deteriorate. Your confidence starts to deteriorate. Your pride starts to deteriorate. I don't know. I feel like I want to start this one off with just a few reminders. I'm saying just a couple of reminders in life. You know, some cool, smooth, lightweight, important shit that I think everybody, man and woman, could either, should remember. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I think that whether you man or woman, you can get use out of these things. These little trinkets that a lot of people wish they had somebody in their life to tell them early on. You know, hell, I'm one of them. But make sure. Okay, so we're living, right? And a part of life is investing, whether that's investing your time, investing your money, investing you know, yourself, like your caring, your heart, your love, whatever, right? But when you do invest your time and your energy, invest it in the people and activities that make you feel happy. The type of shit that makes you feel alive. You know, and not just alive, but happy to be alive. Straight up, because that's important, right? I mean, we're living. You might as well feel like it. You know. And when I say people, invest invested in the type of people who who are like home. Yeah. Invest in the type of people who feel like home. Because when home is a person, I mean, that's that's love. Yeah. When home is a person, when you can feel like your younger self, like when you can bring out your childlike energy, that's also love. When you can do that around a person, that's also love. Um, but um, just just remember to keep going and don't change yourself so that other people will like you. Be yourself so that the people like you will like you. You know what I'm saying? But never do anything in order to be liked. You just gotta like being yourself. And I'm gonna end the little life trinkets right here. Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever had this V8 splash. Let me get a good focus on the camera so y'all can see that V8 splash. No, these niggas are not paying me, but V8 splash. Get you some fire, fire. Preferably the berry blend. Dumb, I'm telling you. Damn, it's a you know what I'm saying? It's a decent amount of people, but okay. All my fellas in here, I feel like y'all be getting in here early. You know what I'm saying? I feel like y'all be getting in here early, and when y'all do that, it tells me one thing: that y'all ready for the truth. You ready to hear the truth? Am I right? Yeah, you ready to hear the truth. So, and then not only are you ready to hear the truth, you ready for the game that most men never get. They never get taught this and never get told this, not by their grandpas, not by their fathers, not by anybody, definitely not their moms. You know what I'm saying? Because most moms don't know this shit. But the game usually is to be sold, not told. So y'all real lucky that I'm on here telling it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people ain't gonna do that. You know, you got to be connected with somebody. You got to be up under somebody. You got to be, just to get certain type of game from other men, and it's fucked up. That's how it is. But if you're in this live, I know that you ready, not just to hear me talk, but you ready to step into the role that you were born for, that you were put here on this earth for, that you left your father's nutsack for. You ready to hear that? You know, you ready to step into that. You ready to be that, But I'm going to warn y'all. Tonight's conversation ain't for none of you weak ass niggas. And if a show ain't for none of you bitch ass niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't for none of y'all. This is strictly for the niggas who want to elevate. For the real men and the boys who want to become men. This is for the misfits. This is for the losers. This is for the ghetto kids. This is for, the walking stereotypes. Right? This is for the niggas who are tired of losing. The ones who know that they were meant to be more than what they are right now. And the ones who want to be more than what they are right now. Okay. With that being said, transitioning from a boy to a man, there's a few things that are necessary and mandatory, right? And there's one thing in particular that I wish somebody taught me early on. And I wish it didn't take jail time and running around with niggas who was in diapers just like me and just making dumbass mistakes and just ruining all kinds of, friendships and relationships, all kind of different shit, right? To learn this. You know, shit, losing all kind of money. You know what I'm saying? Like to learn this one thing about manhood. That a lot of people may not put it on the top of their list of manhood. But I do because I'm still working on it to this day. And I feel like a lot of men work on this shit. But the men who need to work on this shit the most are the ones who were the misfits, the ones who did have troubles, the ones who did, drop out of school, used to smoke weed, now they don't, or, used to be this way and now they not. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that is a part of that change, but it might not be mastered yet. It takes a lot to master this. It's like a street nigga becoming a monk. I don't know if y'all know anything about monks, right? But monks are real chill vibes. They don't talk much. I don't even think they talk at all actually. But and I don't know that. Don't quote me on that. But that one thing is stoicism. And if you don't know what that is, pull out your phone and look it up, nigga. That's what you got Google for. Anything you don't know, you got a dictionary right in your goddamn phone. You got an encyclopedia right in your goddamn phone. Pull it out and use it, man. Your phone's smarter than you, nigga. But it's stoicism. It's not optional. Not something you do when you feel like it. It's mandatory. Very mandatory. I hope that y'all can't hear that alarm going off right now, but somebody's alarm is going off, and hopefully they are okay. Anyway, it's mandatory. Why? Why is it mandatory? And let me just also reiterate, I am guilty. I work on this every day. I actually felt at one point in my life that I had this down packed. But lately I have been slipping, This is why I want to talk about this. But a man without control over himself is a man controlled by everything else. Let me tell you a little Easter egg about myself. So I grew up, I was the ADHD kid that the teachers didn't understand, but I was really creative and I was adrenaline junkie but nobody understood this shit, right? They were just, all old school, like, oh, put him in sports or, and I shined in sports, but that's not where I wanted to be, right? And I was also really impulsive. I grew up with an anger problem. So with that being said, I have experience with not being a stoic, with not having stoicism, right? And that's why I think it's so important in manhood. Because I know what it's costed me to not be a stoic, to not practice stoicism. But yeah, a man without control over himself is a man controlled by everything else. His emotions, his impulses, other people's opinions. And when you let those things run you, you will lose every time. And let's add to that list females. Some men are ran by pussy. But yeah, so let's break this down. The rules. Okay. The rules. The mindset. The game plan. Because life ain't finna wait for you to catch up. It just ain't fucking happening, right? If you go to prison right now, the world's still turning while you stuck in that box. Life ain't waiting for nobody, right? So you either adapt or you get left behind. And that puts me right on top of my first point to stoicism. Okay. A lot of y'all out here chasing shit that really ain't meant for y'all. It's not your calling, it's not your purpose. You just chasing some shit that ain't for you, my nigga. Like it's not for you, you know. But you just begging for attention, so you do it. You're chasing people who don't want you. You're trying to force situations that ain't natural. But let me tell y'all something. A man never forces. He attracts. Why would I as a man force you? Why would I as a man force myself? What's for me is going to be for me. It's going to come to me regardless. And I know what y'all thinking, so I'm gonna dive right in on it. If she likes you, she likes you. If she doesn't, move the fuck on. Right? I remember when I was a kid, we used to play this game in the mall. Me, my brother, and our homeboys. We was young, in the early teens, maybe even younger. I was like maybe 11 or 12. It was just a game where we would put a bunch of money in the pot, and whoever, not a bunch, we're kids, right? But whoever got the most phone numbers at the mall wins, And some of the guys, they would take it real harsh when they got rejected by a woman. Some of the guys didn't give a fuck. And some of the guys hardly ever got fucking rejected. And those were a lot of the times the guys who just didn't give a fuck if they were going to get rejected or not. For them, it was about facing their fears. It was about like having this send it, fuck it attitude. And those are the guys who got the most numbers, believe it or not. Now, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. I was right in the middle. I'm saying above average, you know what I'm saying? Scorecard above average, you know what I'm saying? I'm young. I'm 12. I'm just, I'm really just kind of just learning that thing, But for some reason, women have always been, driven to me, even since a young age, it's always been like way, 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 way older women trying to sleep with me and shit. And I never knew why, and I never understood it. But yeah, man. And not even just women, right? Not even just women that you have to think about in this sense, But I mean, if the job don't want you, another one will, It's, if the loan don't get approved, find another way. You know what I'm saying? Or just work on something that needs to get it approved. You know what I'm saying? It'll happen. You know? Um, yeah, like a lot of niggas waste time crying over closed doors instead of walking through the open ones. And it's almost like a lot of niggas is blind, man. A lot of niggas is blind. They don't see that their power is in their ability to, move and groove, to pivot. You know what I mean? To adapt. You know what I mean? And if you chasing some shit that's running away from you constantly all the time, like you chasing it, just ain't fucking happening. Stop fucking chasing it. Just fucking stop, nigga. It ain't yours. It was never yours. Because if it's yours, it'll come. If it's not, something better will. You know? Yeah. And some things you just gotta let go. See if they come back. Like a boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go. See if it comes back. You feel me? Have faith in yourself, man. Have faith in your situation. Have faith in the universe. I would say higher power, but I don't know what higher power you believe in, so we're going to keep that out the subject. But have faith, man. And whatever it is, you know. Because a man who forces shit, like always forcing some shit, is a man who doesn't trust himself. How will you move around in this life without trusting yourself? Because trust is everything, right? Especially yourself. Um, and this one honestly is a little bit embarrassing for me. I'm gonna be honest, because I have lost my cool too many times in my life for this not to be, and I'm not proud of that. It's embarrassing. I'm not proud of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I feel like I was justified to lose my shit. You know what I'm saying? And those are times where I'm like, damn, I could have thought that out. You know what I'm saying? I could have thought a little bit more logically and less emotionally, right? And a lot of people don't have people to tell them certain shit, But we live in a world where people confuse masculinity with like toughness, or even worse, they confuse masculinity with rage, right? And that don't mean nothing, because I done seen women flash out too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean shit, but with recklessness too, right? There's people who glorify certain shit. Now, if somebody looks at you wrong and you like shoot them in the head because they looked at you wrong, that's a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Not even a little. That's crazy, right? But like, you chilling and somebody come up fucking with you, like bothering you, you know what I'm saying? That's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody, fucking with your shit, fucking with your loved ones, fucking with, we're not talking about that, right? Flash the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But there are people out there that swing on the first nigga that looks at them crazy, right? Like, there's a difference. Like, there's some, I done seen niggas shoot niggas for looking at them crazy, right? I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've seen niggas punch niggas for looking at them crazy, right? And I think I've seen a nigga get stabbed before for looking at somebody crazy. Now I think about it too. But then you have the niggas who notice the crazy look and may, you know, say some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Or may, you know, give a crazy look back. You know what I'm saying? That's not like a violent, like crazy look, but like a funny, crazy look or something, right? And then you got the niggas who won't even look back. Like they'll just notice it and laugh about it later. You know what I'm saying? And go on with their day. That's how you want to be, right? And I am guilty of not being that way a few times. You know what I'm saying, right? And let me tell you something. If you the first kind of dude who like flips stuff completely the fuck out for somebody looking at you, that's not strength. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if you the second kind of dude that you know, just kind of gives a funny look back or whatever the fuck, like almost like has your own inside, make it kind of your own inside joke. That's cool, but that's also a reaction, right? That's also a reaction. You don't want to give anybody any window or any door into your energy. So you don't react. Notice it and you laugh about it later, right? Now, and that's just an example, just a random ass example, right? But a real man moves like a king. A real man moves like a king because he's got the power to destroy. Yes. He's got the power to be dangerous. Yes. But he chooses when, he chooses where, and he chooses how to use that power. That's called control. I was reading something the other day and it said, you know you're mature when you know for a fact you have the power to destroy somebody completely, but you choose not to. And that person may never fucking know it. That's maturity, right? But that's also control. Now, let's be honest here. Anger is a weapon. And the tongue is also a weapon. It also is literally the most dangerous weapon on the planet. On the earth. Literally is your tongue. The tongue has destroyed so many kingdoms, has destroyed so many lives. Just that one wrong thing said, or that one rumor, or that one nigga snitching, or whatever the fuck. The tongue is fucking dangerous. You say the wrong thing to the wrong nigga, you're dead tomorrow. Like, the tongue is dangerous. But see, we're in a new day and age. Fingers. Fingers, man. I'm real dangerous with them fingers. If you know, you know. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, I ain't going around fingering people. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, nowadays, what you type with your fingers can become dangerous. Is what I'm trying to say. What you text with your fingers can become dangerous. Is what I'm trying to say. But regardless, anger is a weapon, but only if you know how to throw it. You know, because a man who fights every battle is a man who dies on every battlefield. I was having a conversation with one of the homies the other day, and I can't remember what the fuck he said, but I was like, the tough niggas die first. You know, like I'm trying to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't make it to my age from being this like start shit, crash out nigga all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how I made it this long. You know, because I got too many people that I know of who are not with us anymore. You know what I'm saying? Too many. And like lose count after like two sets of hands, too many. You know what I'm saying? And you got to choose your battles. And that goes for a lot of things in life, not just being a man. You got to choose your wars, man. You know, be surgical with that shit. You know what I mean? Like training day. I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. You know what I'm saying? You got to be surgical with your energy. Straight up. You got to be surgical with your energy, man, because don't move with emotion. Move with calculation. And choose when and where to use your emotions to fuel or destroy or whatever the fuck, right? But calculate that shit. Make it make sense. Make it logical. You know. And I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all. How are y'all living? How you living? And feel free to post how you living in the comments. But how you living? Like how are you living? And when I'm asking that, I don't mean how you say you living, right? I don't mean what you post online. I mean how you living, like how you really living. Like where you see yourself at in 5 years. What's your plan to get there? What you got going on right now? What type of motion you got? What type of investments you got cracking? You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you done to try to keep shit going? Like, what have you done to try to control your situation instead of leaving it in your boss's hands? You know? Yeah, how you living, man? How you living? Like, what can you buy 3 times and it not fuck you up? You know what I'm saying? How you living, man? And then not even just material things, but how's your mental doing? You stressed out all the time? You arguing with your girl all the time? You man, you got time for yourself some of the time. You know, you taking care of yourself. You know, your health physically. You know, where you at? Do you feel loved? Do you feel special? You know, do you feel like that nigga? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, ask yourself this: Are you doing things that you love to do? Do you feel like you're living your purpose? You know, do you feel fulfilled and wholesome within your life? Do you know people who love you? Do you have any special relationships with people that you can be yourself with, that you can laugh with, that you can bring your inner child out with? How you living? See, cause Every man on this earth, real men anyway, they got two clocks running. Two clocks. One you can see, right? And that's the time you waste doing shit. The time you waste scrolling. The time you waste watching other people live. And it's also the time you waste waiting. And that could be for whatever reason. Waiting is time wasted. And the other clock, that's your expiration date. You don't know when the fuck that shit coming. Could be tomorrow, could be 50 years from now, but that clock's ticking, for sure. Hell, everybody's is. But everybody ain't got two clocks. Because the first clock I spoke about determines how you living. It tells us what you're doing with your days. Are you complaining with your days? You just complaining, bitching, nagging. Are you wishing with your days? You just hoping on a star and, oh, I hope this happens, oh God. Are you just sitting on this huge potential that you have to blow up in a certain industry? Or you really got motion? Are you really doing something with your life? You're really putting in the work, not just wanting to do something with your life, but you got plans. I'm saying, I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna go do that, then I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna mend all that shit together, and I'm gonna bust. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's real motion, man. But every day is a battlefield for real men. Now, if you a weak ass nigga, like, every day is a fucking joke to you. Every day is a fucking, bitch ass nigga shit, man. Yeah. Every day is some fucking Candyland lollipop bullshit. But if you're a real man, every day is a battlefield because you're trying to be something. You're trying to do something. You're trying to get somewhere. You're trying to evolve. You're trying to learn something. You're trying to be different than you were fucking 2 years ago. But every day is also a chance to get better. It's also a chance to be sharper, to get richer, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. Because when your time's up, the only thing that'll matter is what you did with that shit. You can take 1,000,000 vacations right now. But if you come home from those vacations and you're still in the same fucking position that you were in before you left for your little vacation, what are you actually doing? Just going on vacations? So wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up like your life depends on it. Because it does. I don't give a fuck who's around you, you know, whether it's you got distractions, whether you got haters, whether you got, you know, disbelievers, you know, don't matter. Get the fuck up. And go do something with your life. You know what's fucked up? If you're a pretty woman, you were born with value. You're born with value. When you're a man, your value comes from what you make of yourself. It's all fun and games until you reach a certain age. Then it don't matter what you look like. It just matters what you've done with your life. How many accomplishments you got. What your bank account's touched. You know? Don't matter what the fuck you look like. Don't matter how big your dick is. Don't matter if you got a six pack or not. None of that shit fucking matters. It's about achievements when you're a man. So, if you're a man who's always stressing about money, you're always thinking about, chasing your dreams, achieving better things, I feel you. And salute to you for wanting better shit for yourself. And for your family. And for your loved ones. Salute to you. Because as a man, you're supposed to want to provide. That means you were raised right. You're not one of these fucking pussy ass guys who were raised like a fucking bitch. You want something. It's right and it's okay to want something out of life. Don't let nobody tell you different. All right. You know what's fucked up? I can't remember who sings this song. It may be another song. It may be a few songs just like it. But there's a song that says something about like pussy rules the world or some shit. Or like girls run the world or some shit. Nigga, that shit's true. It's true. A lot of niggas wouldn't have shit that they have if it wasn't for women. Not saying in that sense, but they wouldn't have went out and got it. They wouldn't have went out and bought it. They wouldn't have went out and achieved it. Straight up, man. Because, a lot of niggas ain't, like, buying certain shit to, like, impress other men. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have, conversation starters and conversation pieces and shit like that. Yeah, that's cool, right? That's a business thing. That's like trying to elevate my business. Like, this is going to put me on a different level, give me a different image, give me a different, to put me in a different, a friend group of people who have sort of the same nice things, so that I get, right? But let's keep it real. Sex, not even just pussy, but sex runs the world. Yeah, sex. Every empire, every kingdom, every great achievement in history, somewhere behind it was desire. But let me tell you something about sex. A weak nigga chases sex. A weak nigga chases pussy. And don't get me, hold on, and I didn't say women. I said sex and pussy. There's plenty of men who love women, get along with women, are great with women, but ain't fucking a bunch of bitches. They just have great relationships with women, great conversations with women, but they're not chasing these women for pussy. They have friendships, right? So let's not get that misconstrued. But yes, a weak man chases pussy. But since we're on the topic of pussy, let me tell you what a strong man does. He channels pussy. He summons pussy, right? Without even trying. Because he's not fucking looking for it. Because he's not fucking chasing it. See, most dudes out here let their need for women and pussy, not even just women, but pussy control them. They thirsty. They desperate, right? They make fools of themselves for just a chance. Just a chance with her, oh my God. But the real players, the real bosses, they do not chase women, right? They may have a conversation here and there. They may, but they're not chasing. They're not actively chasing women. They use that energy. They use that drive that a lot of niggas use to chase bitches. They use that to build something. They use that to build empires. Yeah. They use that to create, whether it's music, art, businesses, inventions. Hell, some niggas create fucking gangs. Straight up. Bunch of street niggas moving weight. Somebody had to create it, and they just made a name for themselves. They call themselves this. You know who I'm talking about. Them niggas on the block in the trap down there. You know what I'm talking about, right? Every hood got them. But somebody had to put that together. But see, the fucked up thing is that young man or OG don't got the right mindset. Because he ain't got the right people around him. They need somebody to tell them that the same drive that they're putting in to moving this weight, running this clique, this gang, whatever, they could put that into a business and some employees and make a lot of fucking money. Somebody told me that. And it changed my whole outlook on life. But the real players and the real bosses, they use that energy. They use that energy to drive themselves, to build things, to create things, to conquer. They become men of value first. And when you become a man of value, women become the ones chasing you. When your name becomes something of value, women become the ones chasing you. And don't get me wrong, it's not about avoiding like sex. It's not about avoiding pleasure or some shit like you gay or some shit like, but it's about mastering that shit. Straight up. Being able to balance all that shit out while also elevating yourself. Put yourself first, not pussy. Straight up. Don't be focused on fucking vagina. Now, if you're building connections with women in order to create an empire for yourself or business type vibes or whatever, more power to you, right? You are not the guy I'm talking about chasing pussy. Now, going back a little bit to what we were talking about earlier, I'm kind of curious. Has any of y'all ever gotten caught up in your feelings? Or I should probably say emotions. Have any of y'all ever got caught up in your emotions? So caught up in your emotions that you make dumb decisions? Maybe even say shit that you regret or didn't mean. Just move in ways that make you lose respect. And I'm guilty of this. I've done this. But I don't always do this. But that's because you let your feelings own you. You let your feelings run you. And if somebody's running you or owning you, or something, I should say. If something is running you or owning you, that means that you're a puppet. And the world pulls the strings. And every time something in the world pulls those strings, you react. But a man who moves, with logic, with with discipline, he's the one pulling the strings. So every time you feel an intense feeling, no matter what that feeling is, but you know it's intense and strong, just fucking stop. Just stop right there in your tracks. Pause. Hit the pause button. Right? Step back. Think. That's the most important part. Fucking think. And then ask yourself, am I reacting or am I responding? Because those are completely two different things. A reaction is emotional, but a response is controlled. Control is everything. And speaking of control, I know life is unpredictable, but good or bad, win or lose, all that shit's yours. Every last fucking part of it belongs to you, my nigga. It's all you, player. And if something amazing happens, something cool happens, whatever, own it. All right, it's yours. Celebrate it. But if something bad happens, same fucking thing. Own it. It's yours. Straight up. You know, you lost your job. Shit, man. And that is what it is. I mean, what can I do to change it? Nothing I can do. Bitch, it ain't gonna change it. Crying ain't gonna change it. She left you. Own that shit. It's 1,000,001 bitches out here. Your life ain't where you want it to be right now. Own that shit. Keyword, right now. It ain't gonna stay this way if I keep busting my ass. It ain't gonna stay this way if I keep putting my mind to some shit. It ain't gonna stay this way if I keep hustling. You know? Own it. It's your struggle, but it's also your hustle. Take advantage of that. Because the second you start blaming others, you lose power. Because victims don't win. They never do. If you victimize yourself on a constant fucking basis, you'll never win. You'll never get the results that you would like. And nobody will respect you. Victims don't win. Men win. In the history of time, it has been proven and proven again that men are the majority winners of life. So fuck it. Take everything. Every L, or should I say, every lesson, every setback, every loss, and use it. Use it as fuel. Use it as fuel, man. It's just to keep you motivated, inspirated, and going. You know, Some shit to take you from one thing to the next. Use it as fuel. But while you're using all your L's as fuel, I want you to realize and this is gonna be harsh for some people because some people think that like you know actually let me just tell you anybody can be honest straight up anybody can be honest. I know what you're thinking. Anybody can lie too, yada yada yada. Right? That's what you're thinking, right? But anybody can be honest. But not everybody can have genuine integrity. Because honesty, that's just telling the fucking truth. That's all it is. But integrity, that's living the truth. That's being so real, so solid that people know they can bet their life on your word. You ever met a man who talks a good game but moves completely different? Or have you ever met a man who talks big but moves small? Have you ever met a man who fakes everything? The guys who were at the gym talking about, or not even at the gym, because you ain't seen them in the gym. But the guys who tell you, "Oh, I bench 550 pounds," they at the gym really doing a buck 30, straight up. Or the guys who tell you they made 100 grand this year, but they didn't tell you that that was actually their net. I'm sorry, that was actually their net was not not what you think it was. They're like talking about their gross, and but that's a whole nother. Those are whole nother terms. But people lie about their gross and their net. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, if you don't know what that means, go look at your fucking your tax, your W-2 or some shit, or your 1099 if you got a 1099. But anyway, yeah, you ever met those type of people, and a man of integrity doesn't need to exaggerate. He just tells it like it is. Like, this is what the fuck happened. This is what the fuck I had. It is what the fuck it is. And he may not feel comfortable with even accidentally doing something or saying something or posting something along the lines of something or that goes against something or isn't something, right? And that is the difference between boys and men. So I know that some people out here, like some influencers, some other fuckheads, right? They will tell you that being a man is wrong. And maybe not even literally, but they'll do it passive aggressively and in different ways, and real steadily, real slick mouthed ass motherfuckers, Right? They'll tell you shit like that in more ways than one. They'll tell you that aggression is bad, that competition is bad, that ambition is bad, right? That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie because men, since the day of fucking time, were meant to compete. They're still animals that compete for their female companion, right? And since day one, men have done that as well. Men were built to compete, to be warriors, to be dominant. That's not toxic. That's nature. That's, hey, I have two nuts and I'm going to let them hang. You know what I'm talking about? The problem ain't masculinity. The problem is men who don't control it. Don't let that go over your head. But embrace it. Own it. Master it. Because when you know how to throw your power around, that's when you win. And not just throw it around, but throw it around properly. That's when you win. Oh, Lord. I have to tell y'all one thing, too. No matter what you do, stop being needy. For real. Stop fucking being needy. Because nothing turns people off, women, bosses, the world, more than neediness. Because needy men beg for attention. They try too hard and they seek approval. So if you are that motherfucker, fucking stop it. Be secure and solid in who you are. Move like a man who doesn't need anybody's validation. Because the second you stop needing people, they start wanting you. And then eventually they start needing you. So, straight up, if you're a man, you already have the blueprint. It's in your genes. Right? But this is my blueprint. The rules to the game. But let me tell y'all something. Knowing it ain't enough. You gotta live it. So when you step outside in the morning tomorrow, walk like a king. Move like a warrior. Speak like a man whose words fucking mean something. Because stoicism isn't a choice. It's fucking mandatory. Keep your shit together. Fix it. And that brings me into the next part of this topic. And this topic is not for the faint of heart at all. But I'm just going to say it. And fellas, and also for the ladies tuning in too, I see you. Welcome to tonight's live. My name is Cloudy Wings, that's CLOUDYWINGZ, and we are about to talk about something real. Something that a lot of men don't even realize is holding them back or has played a major part in holding them back. And it's something that's turning kings into pawns before they even get a chance to play the game. You see, a lot of niggas out here want to be men. They want to be bosses. They want to be smooth operators, but they can't figure out why they keep losing. Why they can't hold down a relationship. Why they can't handle pressure. Why they fold under the weight of responsibility. And I'm here to tell y'all, some of y'all was played from the start. Some of y'all was set up, for real. Not by haters, not by the streets, not by the system, but by your own mama. I said it. I'm going to keep it all the way funky. And some of y'all niggas are set up by your own fathers, but that's a whole nother story. Now, before y'all get all up in your feelings and shit, and you know, start crying and protesting and fucking sending me death threats and shit, let's make one thing clear. This ain't about disrespecting women. And it damn sure ain't about disrespecting mothers. Because I love my mama. But I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. There is a fine line between raising a man and crippling him, right? And by him, I also mean the son, the boy, the kid, whatever the fuck, right? And a lot of women, out of love, out of fear, out of habit, they cross that line. And not all the time, but times it ruins. It ruins kids, boys, sons, before they ever get the chance to stand on their own 2 feet. So let's get into it. Let's fucking take it there. Now, let me see. Have y'all ever seen a grown man who can't make a decision without calling his mother first? I don't know if y'all seen that shit. I've never seen it in real life because I don't associate myself with them type of niggas. But a dude who needs his mom's approval before he can even order dinner off a menu or some shit, right? A man who doesn't know how to handle conflict, because every time something got hard in life, their mom swooped in and made it all better. That man is a lost man. You ever just seen those men who lean on their moms like a crutch? You know, and like their mom is like their protector, and she's their decision maker, and she's their savior. Let me tell y'all something. If a woman has to play these roles in your life as a grown man, you are not a man. You are a dependent, an overgrown man-child. That's what you are. If you see a nigga on the phone with his mom 24/7 as a grown man, for me personally, doesn't sit right. Because you should have other relationships with other people that you should flourish in. And that doesn't mean don't have a good relationship with your mom. It doesn't mean don't love your mom. It doesn't mean don't take care of Mom Dukes, man. Right? But don't depend on mom. Right? Figure it the fuck out. You know? And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean like if something happens, don't like hit up mom and like, you know, holler at Mom Dukes for some advice or some help or whatever the fuck, right? But if you calling your mom every fucking day about every little fucking thing, something ain't right. Something ain't fucking right. But let's talk about this. This is gonna be a flipper. What happens when you bring that same energy into relationships? Because let me tell you something. There's men who get mad when their girl always wants to be up their ass. Like, damn, can I get some alone time? Like, damn, can I go be a man? You know what I'm saying? Like what? Get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go be a fucking man. Right? It's niggas who get mad about that shit. And then you got the bitch ass niggas who love that shit. They just like it's one thing to like have a really good relationship with your woman and like y'all are like best friends. You're around each other a lot, right? But it's another thing to never get any type of seconds away from certain shit. You have to feel like a man at times, man. Because where's your nuts? Where's your dignity? That's how you got your nuts, right? That's how you got them. That's how they grew. That's how they got big and hairy. That way, by doing shit on your own, by veering off out of mom's house, right? And they're gonna go see the world, running errands alone, gonna go do shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, gonna go fucking handle fucking business, creating shit. I'm saying, like, all that shit, man, makes you a fucking man, right? But what happens when you bring certain energy into relationships? When you expect your girl to be your mother, you expect her to what's that word? What's the word I'm thinking of? Like coddle you, not cuddle. Well, maybe that too, but there's nothing wrong with cuddling with your girl, man. Not fucking at all. Not at fucking all, man. But coddle you, to pick up the pieces for you, to save you when you fall, right? Because them type of niggas who they take a loss and they ain't even stressing. Like, oh, my girl's got me. Like, please save me. Like, no, like, nigga, a real man take a loss, he gonna be stressed like, damn, babe, I just fucking goddamn gotta figure this shit out. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But women don't respect a nigga who wants them to be their mom, who wants them to like be up under their ass all the fucking time, like, or to come save their life, save the day. Women don't respect that shit. Like, if you a nigga who ain't bout shit, and you ain't got shit, and you ain't trying to get shit, a woman ain't gonna respect you no matter how much she says she loves you. She gonna disrespect you every chance she gets, right? And if you a nigga who wants shit, got shit, and don't need a woman, but you got a woman, and she still disrespects you, she ain't for you. Straight like that. You know, a woman's not gonna respect when you basically make her your new mom. They might entertain it for a little bit, you know, but deep down, they looking at you funny. They resent you, you know, because a woman doesn't want to raise a man, especially a woman who has a little boy to already raise, right? A woman wants to stand beside her man. A woman wants to walk next to her man with her arm and his elbow, knowing that if something goes down, her man gonna protect her. Knowing that if this door's too heavy, my man gonna open that shit. Well, you should be opening the door for your woman any fucking way, right? That's the gangster thing, the gentleman thing to fucking do. But women don't want to fucking feel like they're raising you, right? A real woman wants a man who can lead, right? And there's a lot of women who have that shit misconstrued, the meaning behind that, right? And that's a whole nother topic. But a real woman wants a man who can make fucking moves, who can make shit happen, who can make things happen on his own, who takes risks, who takes chances, who knows how to take care of himself if he has to, right? If you get into a relationship with a woman and you never lived alone, you're tripping. Break up with the bitch. go live by yourself for a while because every man needs to experience living alone at least once in his life. Straight up. It's good for you. A real woman wants a man who can handle business without falling apart. And if you've been babied your whole life, you're not going to be built for that shit. You're going to be programmed in your head to be a little boy forever, no matter how old you are. And to be honest, like let's make one thing clear. It's not your fault how you were raised. It's not. But it is your responsibility to fix it. It is. If you know it ain't right, nigga, go out there, and there's too many ways that you can find information. Too many YouTube videos, too many books, too many articles, too many whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many ways to get knowledge nowadays. It's fucking sickening. Go out there and get some knowledge. Go out there and get some knowledge on being a man. Go out there and get some knowledge on, being this, being that, being whoopty wopty and whoopski dooski. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's your responsibility to fix it. So fix it. Okay. So let's flip the script. Yeah, let's flip the script real quick. Fuck it. Yeah, let's flip the script. If you a mom, an auntie, a sister, raising a young man, I want you to listen up. If you love your little man, then hear me when I say this. You will make mistakes because you aren't a man, and that's perfectly fine. But once you are in denial of that fact, that you probably won't be able to teach your little man how to be a man because you've never been one, that is when you start sabotaging shit. And let me tell y'all something. A boy who never hears the word no grows into a man who can't handle rejection. A boy who never struggles grows into a man who crumbles under pressure. A boy who never earns anything grows into a man who expects everything. So, and when I say this, please listen up. Don't steal his ability to hustle. Don't steal that from him. Don't steal that from him. Don't steal his ability to problem solve. Don't take that away from him. Don't steal his ability to fight through adversity because you never let him face any. Don't take that from him. Because one day, that little boy is going to step into what's called the real fucking world. And guess what? The real world don't give a fuck who his mama is. They don't give a fuck. The real world do not care who you are, ma'am. The real world don't care if he's used to getting his way. The real world don't care if he's used to getting shit handed to him. The real world don't care if he's special to you. And that's just reality. But that's when reality also hits. That's when he realizes, once he jumps into the real world, that he ain't built for the life he thought he was. That's when he realizes he don't have the tools to handle setbacks, disappointments, or shit responsibilities. That's why making that little boy do stuff is good for him. Because even as a mom, I know you just want to, you care and nurture and do stuff for your little man, right? But, and don't get me wrong, a lot of this applies to little girls as well, right? But I'm not going to speak on that because I am not a woman. And I don't know how to make a little girl a woman. I couldn't tell you. Am I raising a little girl right now? Yes. But am I going to be the one to help her fully transition into a grown woman? I'll do my part as much as I can, but I'm not going to be able to take it all the way there. Now, once those realizations happen, that is when he will either fold or start blaming everybody but himself. You see it all the time, and I mean, I know y'all watch Maury and fucking Dr. Phil and fucking I don't know about Jerry or anything like that, but you just but even regardless of those shows, you can see it all the time. Just looking around in life, grown men mad at the world, mad at women, mad at life, because nobody ever taught them that life was supposed to be hard. Because if you're someone who really loves your little man, for lack of a better term, you got to give him something more valuable than comfort. Because comfort, at the end of the day, really isn't that valuable when you're a man. You got to give him discipline. You got to let him struggle. You got to let him lose sometimes so that he can learn how to win. He has to know what losing feels like. And he's going to fucking hate it. And it's going to suck for you. But he's got to know other things as well. He has to. He has to learn how to win. And he won't want to win if he doesn't know what losing feels like. So, On another note, you know, because obviously you guys are in here because you read the title to the live. Thank you for being in here. The title to the live obviously is about manhood, right? The blueprint to manhood. So what do you do if any of the things that I just spoke about are you? If you are a man child, or if you are a bitch ass nigga, or if you are, no, I'm just playing. Look, man, what do you do if these things are you, right? If you recognize yourself in these words, first and foremost, be real with yourself. The hardest thing for a man to do is to admit he's been soft. That's very hard for a man to do. I mean, it's easy to be like, yeah, I'm soft. I've been real mushy with my girl lately or something like that. That's not what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about leaning too much on everything and everyone but yourself. I'm talking about knowing that you've been coddled and babied. But if you can't admit it, you can't change it. That's the first step. Wanting it, admitting it, knowing it. And second, I would say, if this is you, if you are one of many of the things I just spoke on, start making decisions on your own. Small ones. Small decisions at first. Stop calling somebody for advice on every fucking thing. It's cool to get a second opinion, sometimes. But, if every time you're like phoning a friend, bro, get it together. Stop running to your mama when life gets tough. Learn how to sit with a problem and solve it yourself. Solve it yourself. And don't get me wrong, it's one thing to, once every fucking blue moon, things are going down, maybe get some advice from mom, some help from mom, whatever, right? She's still your mom, Your mom is still your mom, right? But at the end of the day, calling your mom for every goddamn little problem you run into, that's fucking ridiculous. Number 3, I would say, embrace the struggle. Because we already fucking know. And if you don't, you're fucking retarded. Or should I say that? I don't even know if retarded is like politically correct nowadays. I don't even give a fuck. But yeah, if you're a retard, don't do this. But life ain't supposed to be easy. We already know that shit. And if it is, that means that you're not growing. You're not growing. If your life is easy and you get shit handed to you all the time, you're not fucking growing. So go out there and seek a challenge, man. Go out there and do something new. Go out there and try to create new things, whether it's new streams of income, a new business, a new song, I don't know, whatever you do, create. Go create some shit, man. Yeah, put yourself in uncomfortable fucking situations. Like, go sign up for a seminar. Go sign up for a group class. Go take a group fucking trip with a bunch of fucking strangers. Right? Go on a fucking adventure, man. Go on a fucking adventure. Do something new all the fucking time. Yeah. Go travel. But talk to people while you're traveling. Don't just be in a new city like, in a new city, yay. Have a goddamn conversation or two with people you never met before. People who live completely different fucking lives than you, man. That shit's fun. I remember one time. This reminds me of one time I was traveling on my way to Houston, I believe, and I was on a layover. Like it was like a 2 hour layover. I just met this guy. I can't even remember how we like started talking or whatever. But yeah, we started talking. We started chopping it up, like having a good ass conversation. And his lifestyle was so unbelievably different. Some shit that I've never fucking heard. So this guy lives out of his backpack, travels the world, literally the world. No kids, hardly any family. Originally from Australia, but just buys tickets to places, goes checks them out, just wings it wherever he fucking goes. Just says fuck it, wings it. And man, I thought that was the coolest fucking shit ever. I remember this guy pulled out a stack of fucking money, but it was money from different countries. I was like, what the fuck? And he gave me a bill from fuck, I can't remember where he fucking gave it, where it was from. But man, what a cool dude, man. Shout out to him. And he was rooting for me too. He was rooting for me too, man. I hope he's alright. We had a good conversation. Never saw the guy again. Probably never will. If you're listening to this, man, salute to you. Living your dreams, living your purpose, man, and finding wholesomeness in your life. And that's not for everybody, but it was definitely for you. Because the way you spoke about that shit, the way I saw your eyes light up, my guy, yeah, man, that's what's up. You found your purpose, you found your thing. I fuck with that. So, get out of your safety net. Go learn some new fucking skills, right? Hell, fuck it. Even if you don't have to work, go work. Just for a second at least. Go work, and now you can say, hey, I did that. I worked there. I learned something new. Met some new people. Oh yeah. Who gives a fuck, right? Now, you should, because it's your fucking life. Now, but don't give a fuck about doing it. Don't be all apprehensive and timid about the shit. Go fucking do it. Yeah, get out of the safety net. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like a fish in a net, and you don't want to be that. Fourth thing I would say is stop expecting women to mother you. A woman is a partner, not a parent. So if you're looking for a woman to take care of you, like your mom did, you're probably gonna end up alone. Straight up, man. Yeah, you're probably gonna end up alone, man. Straight up. Now, it's one thing to have a partner who is down to help you out with shit every now and again, but it's not cool to expect this babying factor. Straight up, man. Be the man. Wear the big pants. Wear the big drawers, right? And that doesn't mean you have to do every fucking thing that the book says is manly. That's not what the fuck I mean. That's some weird faggot shit some fucking insecure punk came up with, right? And yes, I said the F word, but if you're not a faggot, right, and you're just gay, who gives a fuck, man? Because my definition of a faggot is someone who has nothing to do with their sexual preference. They're just a weakling. A wimpy weakling. I go fuck who you fuck. Don't be a wimp ass motherfucker. Now, let's see. What else? I would say the fifth thing is for the parents who are watching this. Start letting your kids earn their keep. Give them chores. Maybe pay them for the chores. That is good character building right there, man. And then they can learn the value of money in the process. That's a beautiful process right there. And you got to let them fail. You got to. Let them figure shit out on their own. And I remember this saying, I think my pops used to always say this, but let them scrape their knee. Just don't let them break their leg. Straight up. You gotta let them scrape their knee a little bit, man. It's gonna happen. They're gonna fall off the bike, and they're gonna fall off of that motherfucker. Let them, you know. But also let them work for what they want. Give them, wisdom. Give them knowledge, but don't ever give them handouts. That's more harmful than anything. It's more harmful than it is helpful. I'll tell you that, especially when it's a little boy who's gonna one day be a man. Now, for y'all who got your little draws in a bunch, let me tell you this. At the end of the day, a man ain't measured by how much his mama loves him. He's measured by how well he stands on his own. And a lot of y'all been boys for too long. It's time to grow up, nigga. Time to take control. Go get your own fucking place, man. Go experience some new shit on your own. Not with your girlfriend there, not with your mama there, nobody. By you, by yourself. Go visit, fuck it, go visit a new city on your own. Book that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Go sign up for something. Go learn something new, a new skill set. You know what I'm saying? On your own. Don't take a homie. Don't take a girl. Don't take your mama. Don't take nobody. Just you. Take control, man. Rewrite your own fucking story. And if nobody told you any of this shit before, guess what? I just did. And if nobody ever told you this shit before, who gives a fuck? Now you know. Do something with it. With that being said, my name is Cloudy Wings, CLOUDYWINGZ. Go ahead and type that into Google for me. Stay sharp, stay smooth, stay solid. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.